How will you describe these images that were just displayed on your screen? Well, you could say that they were all cute. But why? Why did you have that feeling? Why did the first thing that popped in your head when you saw those pictures was how cute they were? The answer lies in your brain and is the reason why many successful games feature a cute aesthetic. The answer to why we think of something as being cute lies in babies. Konrad Lorenz, an Austrian ethologist, was the first to describe the set of traits that we as humans have come to find cute. Big eyes, disproportionately large heads, small noses, and round, soft bodies. These set of traits are what makes something cute. All of these traits are found in babies. But the thing is, babies did not evolve to be cute. We evolved to think they are cute. This is an evolutionary trait that helps us survive as a species. A baby cannot protect itself, and that is why we evolved so that as soon as we see them, it triggers our brain to protect them, to nurture them, to cuddle them, and take care of them. If this is how babies looked, then we would find this cute. So how does this apply to video games? These two are arguably the most popular characters of all time. Both of them have one thing in common: round features, large eyes, stubby noses, and a large head relative to their body size. They have the cuteness traits. But they never looked like that in the beginning. They were made cuter over time. They were given a rounder forehead, shorter, thicker, pudgier features, and an overall more cuddly look. Why is that? Did the creators realize that cuteness sells? It seems so. The cuter a baby is, the more activation is found in the pleasure center of the brain, called the nucleus accumbens, which releases dopamine, which makes us happy and ecstatic. The same thing happens when you take drugs. Cuteness affects your brain so forcefully that it can change your behavior towards something entirely. You cannot just ever get mad at Kirby if you fail the game. Cuteness can make you buy things and has been used as a marketing strategy for a long time. Advertisements with cute cuddly animals are bound to be shared a lot. It's such a powerful force that it has a whole culture devoted to it in Japan. Maybe there's a reason why Mario has such a wide appeal and Tamagotchi took the world by storm. Why we can remember some game characters more fondly than others. Why some people want to wife a 2D character rather than an actual human being. So how do you give something a cute aesthetic? You can start by making your character follow the cuteness traits. This cat looks scary, but just making its size bigger, I can make it more likable. Even this hammer can be made cute by adding some round features and making it stockier. A character's height also plays an important role in determining how cute it is. Shorter bodies with bigger heads tend to look more adorable. This is how the planets looked in Stellar Smooch. But the creators realized that it could be better and gave them a face and a cuter aesthetic. You can do this too. Giving an inanimate object a face can add to its characteristics, makes it more lively and interactable.
It's like how much personality it adds, it's insane. You can also make the eyes a bit bigger. It adds, it's so much better with bigger eyes.
The response they get after making the eyes bigger just proves how powerful adding a simple face can be to your game. By the way, this was the famous talk, Juice It or Lose It, a must-watch for every game developer. You can also make your character squishy and squeezable. Make it cuddly. Think about it. A character that doesn't have a skin, that is constantly dripping blood whenever it moves, splattering it all over the place, and you have to make it adorable. How do you do that? You give it the cuteness traits. You make it pudgy with short limbs and give it big round eyes. Mario, Shovel Knight, Celeste, Ori and the Blind Forest, Hollow Knight are other great examples of how you can make memorable characters by making them cute. Some games rely heavily on their cute aesthetics. Games like Kirby and Neku Atsume are good examples. Cut the Rope, despite being a puzzle game, is known better for its adorably charming little green monster, Omno. Threes, another brilliant puzzle game, could have made its blocks simple and no one would have noticed. But they went ahead and added cute little faces and animations to their blocks. And suddenly, it stands out from its counterparts. Gomez, the hero in the puzzle platform of Fez, is a great example of how even with the fantastic level design and puzzle system, you cannot go wrong with adding a cute aesthetic to your characters and overall gameplay. You don't even need to have a color palette in your game if you can make your character animations adorable to keep the player engaged. Even sound and music can be made cute. Cute characters are memorable. We have a certain fondness for them. But what happens when you go the completely opposite way? What happens when you make your characters have features that, far from being cute, don't even look distinctly human? You reach the Uncanny Valley. The term Uncanny Valley was first coined by Japanese roboticist Masahiro Mori. The Asimo robot was created by one of Mori's students. Masahiro Mori, when creating humanoid robots, realized that there was a certain unforeseen reaction that he got from people who saw his bots. The more he tried to give the robot human-like features, the creepier it became. With his findings, he created this graph between human likeness and whether we perceive it positively or otherwise. He found a region in the graph where the likeness, even though at a higher level, induced the creepiness response. This region was called the Uncanny Valley. A face that is not exactly human-like and is trying to be as close as possible induces an eeriness, a strange feeling that something is not right. Many games have been accused of evoking the sense of dread in players. Mass Effect Andromeda faced huge backlash due to its weird facial animations. A perfect example of how the Uncanny Valley can ruin an entire game. Old games like Siren and Mortal Kombat used real images of human faces and pasted them on low-poly models. The result, unsurprisingly, wasn't good. But it is surely commendable for the available tools at that time. But maybe you can use the Uncanny Valley as a tool and not a disadvantage. If you were creating a horror game, you can have characters that resemble humanoid features but are not exactly quite there yet. And it will instantly make the game creepier. It's part of the reason why Silent Hill turned out to be so incredibly scary, and why the animatronics from Friday Night at Freddy's instilled an irrational, unexplainable feeling inside you whenever they come close. There is a certain mystery, a certain fear about them standing there quietly, not moving, waiting, which I believe is far creepier than a cheap jump scare. Uncanny Valley has always been an interesting subject for game designers, animators, and digital artists. Even with graphical advancements and stylization being preferred over photorealism, the subject of the Uncanny Valley isn't truly satisfied. With modern graphics getting better and better at simulating human beings and facial animations, maybe we will know soon enough what lies at the end of the graph. In the end, it's all up to you. It's not necessary to make your characters cute. It depends on the style and design of your game. But it never hurts to experiment a little. You can redesign some of your character and level features and ask other people if they like the changes or not. Some of you might think of this idea of giving inanimate objects a face an easy trick, a cheap tactic. But it won't look good unless you have the entire atmosphere, the entire design of your game catered to that one face. It all has to blend in. You cannot just have a cuddly player with a creepy background. Or maybe you can. Subscribe for more upcoming similar videos on game design and development. Follow me on Twitter for the latest updates. Until next time.